Asking on 7 Parental Rights in Education, what critics call the Don't Say Gay bill, is on the Senate floor.
Does it say that in the bill?
Know that you support.
Does it say that in the bill?
I'm
asking you to tell me what's in the bill, because you are pushing false narratives. It doesn't matter what critics say.
Hold on. It says it bans classroom instruction on sexual identity and gender orientation.
For who?
For
grades pre-K through 3. So 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. And the idea that you wouldn't be honest about that and tell people what it actually says, it's why people don't trust people like you, because you peddle false narratives. And so we disabuse you of those narratives. And we're going to make sure that parents are able to send their kid to kindergarten without having some of this stuff injected into their school curriculum.
I find it absolutely disgusting that Hollywood and mainstream media are slandering Florida Governor Ron DeSantis about this Parental Rights in Education law that passed last week. It makes no sense to me to apply words and phrases that don't even show up in a document. And I invite critics to repeat after me. The law is called Parental Rights in Education. I'll say it again, Parental Rights in Education, okay? And if you're gonna criticize something, read it first. I'll see you after the intro. Before I dive in, I would like to say a special thank you to my 10 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, 1, and then 2, using word of mouth to get word out about my channel. Here we discuss things that the mainstream media doesn't want to discuss or suppresses for political reasons. We don't do that here. So thank you. And if you like what you're hearing so far in this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and continue to use the word of mouth to grow my channel so I can reach more people. There's a war going on outside, folks, and we need to get serious about our mindsets here and stop all this gender, class warfare, anything that the United States government and its big business conglomerates want us to keep using to divide the house within and not come together and fight the common fight that we all face as Americans. So thank you, and let's dig into the document. Right at the top of the page, Florida House of Representatives, 2022 legislature, House bill. I think that, you know, this version of the document is still a bill, but the bill got signed into law last week, late March timeframe. The very first sentence, and this is an act relating to parental rights in education. That is all what it is. It's not what these critics about this document make it out to be. They're using names and phrases about this document. You know, when you do a Control F, define words that they're using to describe this law, it's nowhere in the document. I want to get down to the meat of the matter. All right. And it reads as thus: classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance with state standards. Why would anybody in their right mind be in an uproar about that? Innocent children should not be spoken to other than their parents. Children, discussion about sexual orientation and gender identity outside of parental consent or the parents doing it themselves should not be discussed with children. Who in their right mind would be in an uproar about this? Pedophiles would. That's a group of people that come to mind. We need to protect our children, folks. Here's another tool you can use. Let's get to that. America First Legal, www.aflegal.org, www.aflegal.org. I'm on their mission statement, as you can see right here. All right. This is a website that basically introduces parental rights in education. There's actually a federal law that encourages, that supports parents who are interested in what their kids are learning in school, public school, any school, that they have a right to go to the school board and ask for surveys and documentation and curriculum and all that other kind of stuff that makes up their itinerary, their plan for the school year. Go ahead and hand that over to interested parents that want to know what is being taught to their children. The mission statement, I'll read it verbatim. We believe that all Americans deserve a government that puts their needs, their interests, and their country first. This is the sacred obligation of every elected leader, including our president. I put that in there, right? Our current president has no interest in putting our country first. This is the system our founding fathers established. This is the priceless heritage of every American citizen. Yet America First principles are now under attack like never before. Our security, our liberty, our sovereignty, and our most fundamental rights and values are being systematically dismantled by an unholy alliance of corrupt special interests, big tech titans, the fake news media, and liberal Washington politicians. We founded America First Legal to save our country from this coordinated campaign. With your support, we will oppose the radical left anti-jobs, anti-freedom, anti-faith, anti-borders, anti-police, and anti-American crusade. Now let us get into the actual U.S. code itself. 20 U.S. Code subsection 1232 hotel or 1232H, protection of pupil rights. Inspection of instructional materials by parents or guardians. This is what it covers. All instructional materials, including teachers' manuals, films, tapes, or other supplementary material which will be used in connection with any survey, analysis, or evaluation as part of any applicable program shall be available for inspection by the parents or guardians of the children. This is our right. This is our right as parents to know what's going on in our kids' schools. And then it goes into the limitations on surveys and analysis or evaluation. Let's dig into that. There's about 8 points. Those 8 points are listed under Bravo, limits on survey, analysis, or evaluations. No student shall be required as part of any applicable program to submit to a survey, analysis, or evaluation that reveals information concerning political affiliations or beliefs of the student or the student's parents, mental or psychological problems of the student or the student's family, sex behavior or attitudes, illegal, antisocial, self-incriminating, or demeaning behavior, critical appraisals of other individuals with whom respondents have close family relationships, legally recognized privilege or analogous relationships such as those of lawyers, physicians, and ministers. 7, religious practices, affiliations, or beliefs of the student or the student's parents, or income other than that required by law to determine eligibility for participation in a program or for receiving financial assistance under such program without the prior consent of the student, if the student is an adult or emancipated minor, or in the case of an unemancipated minor, without the prior written consent of the parent. I can go on and on for days, folks. The laws written in favor of parents, and we as parents need to take advantage of those daggone laws to force these woke individuals, who are head of the school board and everything else, that want to, plant the idea in our kids that, they're this way or that way without written consent or verbal consent from the parents. And I'm going to wrap it up, but this is some serious stuff, folks. Some serious stuff. There's a war going on outside. We got the tools to handle the war, the educational war against our children. You now have the tools to combat against school board administrators, teachers, school board members, or whatever, for discussing sexual orientation and gender identity with young children. These guys should be worried about playing outside, engaging with their friends in the most innocent manner possible. Please, if you are witnessing this type of behavior from your school board administration or teachers or whatever in your area, use these tools to get back at them and eliminate this behavior immediately. With that, I'm signing off. Until next time, thank you.